Hello there, and welcome to another edition of YouTube. And know what I know? Hello, welcome another edition of YouTube. Well, anyways, I'm talking here today for one reason only. That is because I've been transitioning man to woman. I look at myself now. I look at myself before. Would I ever go back to being a man? No. You know what? I look at myself and okay, things about living a female is really different than living a man. It's not as easy as being a woman was to be a man before. It's harder, but you know what? I love every minute of it because being a woman, to me, I got a second life. I look at me, I have a second life. I'm living a second life here. I mean, most people only going to live the one life of being a man and then they die and move on again and again. Well, me, not only that, I'm living a second life as a woman here. That's what I look at as. And I believe that when they go on here, that I believe my future is going to change the way people look at LGBTQ, which I have in my time. I did change the way City Hamilton look at LGBTQ. I can't say details on YouTube because there's a reason why I can't do it. I mean, I know, but I'm not going to say it because it is confidential between me and the attorney in Parliament. But I did do something there. Just take a look. But that would have gone down. That went on down in a history book. Me doing something, standing up, doing something. I couldn't believe I did it, but I did. And that was an issue big time. But you know what I found? Today, being an LGBTQ person is a lot different. I've seen a few videos, a YouTube video called 1 by 196 and a half. Name of video, it was a TV series. They were done back in the early 80s. You know, talk about LGBTQ in Detroit, Michigan. Prostituting, how to make ends meet. I know a video came out back in the 80s. It was sort of that. This could the cars were at the 80s, kicked out 1980 automobiles. Well, anyways, so they're pretty interesting, you know, look at that. If you look at today, imagine, you know what? And back in the 80s, LGBTQ people weren't allowed in women's shelter, weren't allowed to stay in the women's shelter. Me, being LGBT, yes, I in the homeless, yes, I could say women's shelter. Matter of fact, in New York State, it's even gotten really good in New York State with LGBTQ. LGBTQ people can stay in women's shelter how much, and they can stay as long as they want in the States, New York State's like that. LGBTQ are treated as a female, and they welcome in New York State. They're not the world. I mean, had changed in the States as well, LGBTQ. Except for a few southern United States. There's one couple states down deep south that in the Bible Belt, they do not support LGBTQ. I think it was Louisiana is one of them that don't support LGBTQ people. But it goes by the gender marker on birth certificate. I have an F on my birth certificate, female. Sex on my birth certificate. So that gets me, if even I got stopped from using woman room down in Indiana or southern Milwaukee, Wisconsin, got stopped there or stopped down in southern United States Bible Belt for doing it, all I gotta do is pull my out and say, look, officer, I'm a woman. And looks at, we are terribly sorry. Then that's fine, get it? Now, even down in Florida, in Dade County, if I would get off a plane at MIA, Manatee National Airport, I want to use the bathroom, I could use you in the bathroom, gender my birth certificate, but if I get pulled aside by airport security, airport police, I can pull my birth certificate, hey, look, I'm a female, show my passport here too. Oh, yeah, see, that's where that can be tricky when it comes down to it, but most states have pretty good gender violence, have good good transgender laws in the state. Actually, New York State, a trans woman is considered a female, you know, she actually considered a full female, whether or not they had the bottom surgery or not. They consider a full woman. You know what that means? And not consider somebody with a, even if they still had the male part, they still consider a full woman. In Ontario, an LTB in Canada, and an LTQ in Ontario, they considered a full woman pretty much. If they have their male part, they'll consider a full woman, but they consider somewhat of a man, but then want to have surgery done to go forward. In Quebec, it goes a little different. You are considered a man whether you are LGBTQ or not. I know in Alberta, it's pretty straightforward. You can get that too. But in Vancouver, if I live in Vancouver, BC, if I want to I can't even go to women's shelters in Vancouver. You can't even access women's programming in the U.S. in Vancouver, BC. It is near the fact it can be considered a man whether you, I know, and their trans people have gotten fed up with that. They don't like that, and they have actually have moved out of Vancouver into Ontario because of that, you know. Also in Manitoba, have pretty good gender bias, good laws in Manitoba, so, you know, LGBTQ person would be treated the same as a woman and they're considered female under the Act. Under Manitoba and Quebec, you're considered as a man unless you prove you're female by birth certificate. While different provinces in Ontario and Canada have different rules. If I went to NWT, Northwest Territories, that province, if you're LGBTQ, you considered a female. You consider a full female, whether or not you have your male part or not. You still consider a full female. Now, being a full female, if one of me gotta have my gender on my birth, I am legally a full female. I'm not a man. I'm a full woman. Believe it or not, that's a good thing to put that. That opens up, so I don't have to fight problems with gender marker issues in other provinces or other states that seem to not have that bad virus there. This transphobia in other states there. For me, it's pretty damn good, I say. Matter of fact, just being a woman is having a second life. Living it a second life. It's fun, it's different, but you know what? I never want to go back to being a man. Whether you stay this way forever. I'm getting older, but you know what? Life only begun. A lot more to go. Think about it. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say to you, what is a good age to really start transitioning at? I can tell you, the best way to really start transition on somebody, if you're a parent, a kid is diagnosed to be an LGBTQ at birth, best way to do is start transition right after birth. An easy way to do it is this. If you have a little boy and you have a girl, you put the little boy into the same clothes you're going to put the little girl into. You bring your little boy up the same way you're going to bring the girl. And have them wait and see if they want, and they may want to make them, and what you do is give them both girls' names to start. Then let them form their behavior patterns when they're young. See if the little boy can act like a girl and start playing with Barbie dolls and Kim dolls. So the little boy wants to go in the kitchen and help mommy cook. That's considered female behavior at a young age. Plus, he already dressed as a girl's name, and he will have this, female. He won't have a gender mark on birth certificate. So when he gets about 7, 8 years old, he's getting to pick a gender. He picked that one being female. Then there comes the harder part. You gotta put on puberty blockers and all that. And then he will excel as a woman for the rest of their life, but be a woman the rest of their life. But you know what? It gives him a honor and gives him what women go through, because he's brought up a female right from birth. That's the easiest way to determine a kid is LGBTQ or not at birth, but to bring him up a female right from birth. It doesn't matter. A little girl gets her hair permed, the boy will get it permed. The little girl want to go ballet, that's a little girl. Little girl want to go ballet, the little boy go ballet. If the little girl want to have a Cleopatra look like this, the boy gets Cleopatra look. Pretty simple. If simple what you're going to do. Basically doing is you bring him up you start him in life as a female, and then let them choose the gender role as they get older. That's the best way to determine somebody LGBTQ at birth. Yeah? Another one too is you get a kid and he want to wear dresses all the time. I mean, right there in back, he's LGBTQ, and you got to get him started immediately on medication. And another way to do it, if you got a kid that getting in trouble when he's about around 11, 10-year-old kid, he's getting in trouble. 11-year-old getting in trouble all the time. And the two ways you can stop the adolescent getting in trouble. And they haven't grown any hair yet, haven't gone through puberty yet. But you can do something to them, but he may not like it, but it will change his life. It will destroy him from being a man for the rest of his life, but he will be a woman if you put him on puberty blockers. And you're not going to tell him what these needles are for. You're going to put on Lupron. Too, put on Lupron within a year of being a puberty, and Lupron, keep on Lupron. So he would end up acting more like a female, less like a man. Basically doing him, it will calm him down. He'll go through school as a woman. He will come out of high school as a female. He have a full set of breasts, and he will have an operation done making a female, and guess what? Then he becomes a female the rest of his life. He probably won't get in trouble. And that's one way of really keeping the kid out of trouble. I've seen parents, there were a few, in fact, you look at a few big, heavy, big rock stars out there like Bon Jovi, or Alice Cooper, for example, or Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness. These guys are big names. Now, do you think I don't never ever see facial hair in their face? They're very smooth. And a lot of these people, all the time, parents do, get in trouble putting on puberty blockers when they're teenagers. They have the youthful energy for the adolescent, not getting hormone distributed. So what happens, they grow up, they don't get the hair, they don't get any bigger, but they get the permanent energy of the youth, and it stays for the rest of life. So they will be jumping up and down and playing guitars and drums and become very famous rock and rollers of it too. And that's why you don't have hair, they put on puberty blockers. Then they're taken off when they turn 20 years old, of course. They're very energetic, 20 years old, and they're going to start, rocking and rolling straight forward from that. That's what they've done to some kids. Honestly, or worse thing, you put a kid on puberty blockers, then put him on Lupron, and don't put anything in a woman that will calm him way down. He won't get in trouble with men. He won't get in trouble with other ladies. He'll pick up boys that crazy. And it will actually was saying to life, but you know what? Whole purpose behind it is to keep him out of trouble, but keeping in check and making listen to a teacher. Now, it works. I've seen that done a few cases in high school where they put a kid on that type of transition a kid into a female, transition adolescent into a full woman. And you know what? Even though they don't like to do it, they done that, and you know what? They do way better in school. Even when I went to high school, there used to be a guy had a cosmetic breast implant surgeon, had a teenage boy kept going to school when I went to high school, and he kept asking Dad to get about breast implants. He wanted to get a full C cup. Well, Dad would say, no, they're just for ladies, you shouldn't do it. And he was bugging his dad one day. So his dad said to him one day, he was about around 15. You know what Dad said? One day Dad said to me, "Wow, you want it so bad, I guess you're going to have it now." I got you booked up to have the full C implant. Well, he went in, he had a full C implant put in, and then when he came out of the operating room after Dad finished putting the full C cups in him, then what? Are you going to Dad? Are you after again? Now he's stuck with them. You have to walk around this. You know what? After that done, he pretty much wanted to transition to female, of course. He pretty much, wanted the bottom surgery, which he later did get bottom surgery done later on. And you know what? And hormones, guess what? Today, he is a full-fed female. But my God, he ever looked different. When he got a C cup, he couldn't go running on a football team at school. He couldn't do things that they put him in ladies' class. He didn't like that, but he got used to it. He liked it, and now he's a female. Basically, Dad actually did it because he wanted it, and so bad that Dad did it once. I remember this kid in high school. When he got a C cup, I looked at them. He was wearing a man's t-shirt, and he had to get a bra. Had to start wearing bras. And he couldn't go in there, and actually school told him he had to go in ladies' room, which he did. But now he's a very beautiful looking lady. He went and transitioned to full female. He's a beautiful lady. He's a beautiful looking female. I am a beautiful looking lady. I didn't think I'd be this beautiful when I started, but something? I'm so happy that I came this far. Anyways, what is a proper thing to do when you're transitioning from an M to an F? What appropriate age? Start them at child right after birth. You do a set gender role on both. Male, female. A set gender role will be a female role on both. Get it? You know what I'm talking about? And what you're going to do is both be brought up exactly identical. Both have to choose. Both will have an option. Both will not have markers. Both will be given girls' names. They brought up that way and be taught the same thing that any lady be taught, right up to the time they get old enough to understand what they are, and then they decide they get the choice of being a male or being female, and by that time they had to make that choice. When they make the choice, if they pick the female, they have to go through a hormone phase. If they pick the male, they get man. They'd still be allowed to dress a lady, but they can dress as a man too, but won't have the marker of birth. They're called gender neutral. That's how I would start a kid that way. I doing that? I would start a kid that way in life. I would start one right after childbirth, same way, boom. Straight womanhood, right straight into womanhood, boom. I'll make him look like a good lady so he can pick his gender. That's how I do it. He can pick it by about 7 years old. He will play with. If you want to play with trucks, he will. But by that time, he'd been so accustomed to working with Venus that he would learn more female roles than male. Then when he does learn male roles in life, it makes him really be strong respect for women. That means he will be more respectful towards a female and a male. So that means he'd be more respectful towards a female. He would know what a female is going to go through every day in life because he brought up that way to learn that. And then when he decides to be a man, he will go to intercourse with a lady. He knows how not to rape a girl, how not to grope, and he will be able to intercourse very fluently and learn. It teaches him what female go through day. It teaches when young. And it's saying an old song in the 60s, it teach your children well, loving. That's right, you teach your children well, so they'll prosper in life. That's a key. Now, it's not for all parents. Some parents will do that, and honestly, it works very effectively. Matter of fact, sometimes if a kid got in trouble a few times at school, you give them an option. They say to them this. You give them one warning. They say, if you get in trouble anymore, you're gonna be transitioning women whether you want it or not. You threaten them with transition. By threatening a kid with 12-year-old, 13-year-old transition at that age, before they got puberty, guess what? And they do it the second time they do it, boom. Then they put on then they start giving the needles. They get the puberty blockers. Then they get the puberty blockers. Then they start getting the hormones. Then they take all the hormones. Then they look like ladies. Then they get transitioned into a female, and they have to live that way. And that every time I look down at themselves and realize, by the time they being hormones, they're going to act pretty much like a lady then. And they'd be basically put in that role. And you know what? They'd be minded a punishment for what they done wrong. But it will mind them. Matter of fact, it'll keep them from getting in trouble because with other ladies or that, they would say he won't have the ability to do it. He had the ability to go jump a man, but not female. See? That's a trick. But otherwise, you warn them that twice. Warn one, the second time, it's done. No turning back. Anyways, I got on a long time with this, almost 22 minutes. So I'm going to have to say blog over, and I hope you like it. And if you want to listen to my radio show on McMaster Radio Hamilton, go to cfmu.ca. There'll be more, and you click on the calendar Monday, 3 to 3:30. You see the Peacemaker Journey on 93.3 CFMU, and I'm a host of that show. So tune in and listen. And remember, don't drink and drive. Take a taxi, public transit, and arrive alive. Don't arrive out in a casket, or don't end up in a 6 feet under cemetery. Blog. And thank you for listening to this internet blog. And I'm going to say thank you and a wonderful and productive evening. Thank you, a wonderful productive day.